Boom, 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 boom. Uh, Man, that's hot. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I told y'all at commercial break, I'll be freestyling. We be cutting up in here, man, doing our thing. So we last covered reunited Coach Cal, Kenny Payne in Arkansas, and it feels so good. Not only are the recruits following them, the coaching staff as well is following them, and they back together for one last ride. Will it work? I don't know, but we'll tune in. We'll see. SEC fans, let me know what you think. Razorbacks, stand up. Let's go. Okay, now, still staying in college, we go from the SEC to the Big Ten. Michigan man. Talking some Michigan basketball. Now, you all know the hot mess that Juwan Howard pretty much had drove the program down into. Not saying it was all his fault. He had heart surgery last year, so him only coming back half the season. The records were just abysmal. The product was horrible. Michigan was well within their rights to fire Juwan Howard. They bring in Dusty May from FAU. And you want to know if this guy was serious. He just landed Scottie Pippen's kid, Justin Pippen. Yeah, that's Scottie Pippen's son. That's his youngest. And he announced that he'll be playing college basketball next season for the Wolverines. The 6'4" senior point guard out of Sierra Canyon High School in Chatsworth, California, was one of the fastest risers in high school senior class and chose the Wolverines over Cal, Florida, Texas A&M, and Stanford. He chose the Big Ten over all of those schools. Michigan, you have a dog. You have a dog on your hands right now. And shout out to Dusty May. I mean, when he took the job, nobody knew what he was going to do. But wow, I'm impressed. That's a high-profile kid from a high-profile school. For you to go ahead and have that kind of juice, yeah, that's special. Not gonna lie to you, bro. We'll get more into it when we come back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Roll the clip. Papa John's, better pizza, better ingredients. Order online. Download the app or visit your good folks at your local Papa John's. You can build your own combos from the Papadillas. They got the wings, pizzas. They got the gourmet pizzas. They even got the New Yorker. Yeah, what are you doing? What's the matter, you? Papa John's, better pizza, better ingredients. All right, so when we last left off, we was talking about Dusty May, him getting Scottie Pippen's youngest boy out of Sierra Canyon, and I like it. Pippen's a guy also who's got his head on straight, because if you listen to this kid talk, he doesn't talk like your average high school kid. He doesn't. 6'4", that's good size. Not to mention coming from a basketball factory like Sierra Canyon, there are so many pluses, but just listen to what he says. And I quote, "I'm really excited to be heading to Michigan. It's a great program, and all of the new coaching staff is on the same page and telling me I can come in right away and make an impact." End quote. Yes, he's talking like he's going about the business of basketball. And why wouldn't you? Your older brother did it. Your dad did it. He knows the transaction and the history of what they're talking about. And one thing I was so impressed with, he said they're all on the same page. And it's not one of these, oh, I promised this kid pie in the sky just to get him here, and it's not going to happen. No, the message was together. It was resolute. They made the offer, and that's just a mature statement from a teenager. It's got to be. It's the most mature thing I've ever heard from a teenager, if I've ever heard it. The new coaching staff is on the same page, and I can make an immediate impact. What's not to like? Again, Wolverine guy and gal of Ann Arbor. You got to be psyched up about what's going to be on the basketball court in the fall. And I'm not done. Justin wasn't done. He goes on to say, it was a great visit. Just being able to see the campus and meet with the coaches. They told me to keep working and love the way I see the court. And we're going to come in and make a statement next year in the Big Ten. So that further should give you some, I'm talking about your chest should swell up with pride. Because most guys on a college visit, I tell you what you get on some of these college visits, they put a little money in your hand and then they have somebody show you around town, probably take you around to a strip joint or something, or get you some co-eds who want to do something strange for some change. And then you just leave and then they hope that's enough to hook you. No, this dude went about the business of basketball. I want to talk to the coaching staff. I want to see the vision. What do you all have planned? That's a guy who is dead serious about his craft. And I like everything about it. Pippen's a dog, from the way he carries himself to his work ethic. Yes, work ethic. Like I said, this dude is special. He didn't play on any major AAU team or circuit. Instead, he was in the gym with his older brother, Scottie, who played 3 years at Vanderbilt, led the SEC in scoring at 20.4 points a game his junior year, went undrafted in the 2022 NBA draft, and played for the Los Angeles Lakers for 2 seasons before being picked up by the Memphis Grizzlies. Also in the gym with Pippen, with the Pippen brothers, was Kenyon Martin Jr., KJ, Devin Booker, Jalen Green, and Kevin Durant. 2 of those guys are Olympians. And if I'm in the same gym with them, damn. We're all working here for the same goal. We're all working here to get sharper, to make our tool the best when we get out here and display what we got. To have that pedigree, to have that resume, to have that backing. Not only do you look at guys, they are in the NBA. That's not the just, okay, we made it. They're trying to stay. They're trying to develop. They're trying to build legacy. And they can do that by working on the off season. Iron sharpen iron, point blank. You're telling me a high school kid couldn't learn anything from KD and KJ and Devin Booker and his big brother in a gym session? Oh my God. What's not to like about this? I'm not fawning over this. Now, I know a lot of you all who are new to the program, or some of you all who have been with me since day one, my day one guys standing 10 toes down. You hear me go at Michigan. I don't really. I just tell you all the problems of the football team. And then you hear me go at the 49ers. I've always said this: when you do something great and you get a good kid or you make a solid hire, I am going to admonish you and sing your praises to the high heavens. But when you got coaches with DUIs and you got to get rid of them, and then you overpay Wink Mondale, a cat who failed miserably in the pros, he's just a burnout. You put him in as a defensive coordinator. He hasn't coached a college football game in 20 years. You don't know. You've got to go ahead and give this guy a curb or whatever, but his salary's going up every year. And not to mention, you still have open investigations. That is the Michigan Wolverines. But that ain't the basketball team. That's just the football side of things. But I love this basketball. I love this basketball. He just keeps saying the right things. I feel like my brother has increased my work ethic. just being in the gym with him and other pros this summer, and my dad as well, he's just telling me, wake up every day and put the work in. That's a workman's mentality. Show up, put your pail, get your hard hat and your lunch pail. You're not going to be the guy who dances back and shoots a three and score all these points. I need you to dive for rebounds. I need you to go ahead and get on the floor. I need you to go ahead and affect the game in transition. I need you to get out and get out there on the floor and make something happen on the defensive end. Ah, such good stuff. Such good stuff. And it means something to a coach where you don't have to beg a kid to run laps or hit the weight room or get those 300 shots in a day. I mean, he's just dialed in from dusk till dawn. Each year, I just look at what I could do from those players and their games and get better, mainly on the defensive side. This is the first big recruiting win for the new head coach, Dusty May. I will say that. And if you got any brains, you put Justin Pippen also on a recruiting trail with you from Sierra Canyon. Because if I'm a serious guy like that, I want serious guys around me. I don't want chucksters and yucksters. I don't want prima donnas. I want guys who are here, lunch pail guys just like me, who focused on getting better, who are going to sharpen their skills in the off season and give it 110 every day and leave it on the court. I want those guys. But it is a huge win for Dusty May. And I agree, like I said, it's a huge win on the recruiting side of the ball. But let's dig deeper, because it's one thing if you got the players, but what about the coaches? Now, this is out of SI.com and Brandon Brown. The coaching staff is Mike Boynton Jr., Justin Joyner, Hakeem Muscadine, and Kyle Church. As the assistant coach / general manager, Drew Williamson and Brandon Gilbert. Now, in the May presser, this is what Dusty May said. In my recent press conference, I emphasized the importance of assembling a team of outstanding teachers who excel in communication and instruction. I'm happy to announce that we've achieved that goal. While I was already familiar with some of our coaches, I took great care in selecting the best candidates for the remaining positions. Together, this group has a broad basketball background, a strong work ethic, and an admirable personal attributes. I already witnessed their unwavering commitment to success, and I'm incredibly impressed. Wow. And we can run down the resumes. I can give you, this is what this guy did. This is who this guy is. But one thing I can say is that Michigan basketball is back. However, Wolverine fan, how do you feel? Do you think that this is all just bluster? One recruit doesn't make a season? I'll hear that. However, just let me know. Hit me up in the comments. This is Big Vern. We still got LeBron derangement syndrome to talk